let's go to 11th spot on the table. This time I'm going to let you go first, and I'll see if I agree with you. So whenever you want to tell me who your 11th place team is.
I'm flip-flopping here. I'm really flip-flopping. I currently have Cork City in there, but I'm flip-flopping them and Waterford.
Okay, let's take them together, because I have them in that order as well. Cork 11th, Waterford 10th.
So for Cork, I just think the biggest thing with Cork over the last couple of years is you get a good result, you fail to back it up. You put in a good 45 minutes. There's no 50, 60, 70 minutes. And that's sort of what's taking them out of certain games at stages last year. I think keeping hold of Kennedy O'Connell is a good sign, and the striker Doherty up top, I think is a good one to keep hold of. They've kept hold of quite a good few of them younger players. Bringing in Lauren Holman be interesting. She hasn't really played for Cork since she was younger. Gone off playing Camogie. Fiona Badley back in as well. Like, I think on paper they've a decent squad. I just wonder how they're going to settle, because we heard some of the off the field stuff last year in terms of they've now added in things like expenses for players. So I do think there's a bit of pressure on them to deliver and deliver early in the season, because of the fact that they've now got performance bonuses and stuff like that in place. But like, if I look at that squad, for me, the players who stand out, Niamh Cotter, absolutely smashing centre half, and rightly so, was getting a lot of recognition last year. I just think from Cork, they need to maybe stop the conceding. When they concede one, they sometimes concede 2, 3, 4. If they can stop that, they can be in a lot of the games. Like, we've seen them beating Bows last year. We've seen them on the telly, the way they put in some really good performances. I'm just not sure if they're there or thereabouts where they need to be right now. But I do think Frank Kelleher is a really, really good appointment to sort of help bridge that gap. Frank obviously there when they won the FAI Cup a couple of years ago in the Aviva Stadium, and I think it's a decent squad. It's just, can they learn from the experiences that they would have built on last year is the question.
Who's in goals for them this year? We've seen a lot of chopping and changing. Maria O'Sullivan's been in there, Abby McCarthy's been in there, and now we see Una Foyle, Clodagh Fitzgerald competing for that jersey. Does Fitzgerald take that nod on experience, or will we see the Australian take the jersey?
Oh, I don't know, is the honest question. I would expect to see Foyle probably start and go. I really like Fitzgerald. When she started making her debut at 16, I think she's quite astute in terms of with her feet as well. I'm not sure. I think Foyle will probably get the jersey, if I'm being honest.
Okay, Fiona Bradley back in that squad as well. We're number 2, funny enough. I don't think she'll be playing right back, but she moves back from Waterford underage after a little bit of a detour through Limerick. She's been one that kind of has been, I suppose, Treaty made a bit of a big deal out of signing her back in the day. She's been an underage international, Kerry native, of course. I don't know whether it's because maybe changing man in the dugout has allowed her that freedom to go back to Cork or not, or whether it's just a personal choice. I did expect to see her in Waterford, so it's a little bit of a surprise to see her back there.
I thought if Lawton had been involved with Waterford, she would have went to Waterford. I'm not surprised to see Frank Kelleher reach out. I'm going to say this now when it comes to someone like Fiona. I just think Fiona at this stage needs a manager who's going to put an arm around the shoulder and say, okay, if it doesn't go well for you at this stage, let's go again. There's no doubt there's a lot of talent there. There's probably a little bit of pressure on her because of, we've seen Vera Powell hyping her up a couple of years ago as well and talking about her. And it hasn't maybe worked out the way she would have wanted. Do I think she can do it and deliver for Cork City? Yes, absolutely. I think Frank is a good man manager. I think Frank will put an arm around the shoulder. I wouldn't be surprised to see her playing some under-7, under-19s games early on to maybe get a bit of confidence as well. But I think she can do well for Cork. I'm hopeful she'll do well for Cork.
Of course, Eva Mangan, we've mentioned her in the international discussion earlier. She'll be a big part of that Cork City team this year. Jessie Mendez as well in that midfield with her. Interesting times to see if they can push on. We both have them at 11th, but wouldn't be surprised to see them another spot or 2 further up the league.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them 9th. I wouldn't be surprised to see them 8th. They could finish anywhere from 8th to 12th for me.
Yeah.